So everything's working, seems to be working. We've got the sound, we've got the video, we've got everything, right? So I'll try to see what I can do first by working on some new pictures for the data, for the big LyokoVN data that I'm supposed to work on. So let's see, we've got raw images, references. Let's go for new things to work on. We've got several background elements there, something we can use. Some bad quality, some better quality. So let's check. No. Maybe we can try working on some scene and extending the scene. So what we have this. We work on a new background. Yeah, trying a new background. World and Cadic stuff. What do we have there? Lots of things to work on. And that's a nice one. Well, we'll try to make it fit with the others. So with the VN editor we will have a lot of things to work on in terms of restrictions. So we've got some things to be sure about is that the picture must be in the highest quality possible and have a certain aspect ratio, this kind of things. Most of it will be pictures that I will prepare myself for the big LyokoVN data pack, but the idea is to have as much possible, as much people as possible after that could bring their own work and do their own rips and stuff like that. So we've got a constraint to use this width and this height. So we're copying this. The user shouldn't be seeing more than this, roughly. And we'll try to fit with that. So extending a background requires generally painting skills, but we'll try to use as less possible skills as we can. First thing first, having the same color in the background, not having bad outlines above. Look. Yeah. What we can do about that, we can extend by using some Photoshop cheating stuff, like a bit filling, automatically filling with what it sees around. That's working. That's not a perfect thing, but it can do the job for what we want. And there, since we are working with arcades and things like that, those are the same each time, so we can do some duplicate. We're copying one time, place it on the right thing. Up, it's not so much important to have something beautiful right now, it's much more for the example. So we took the eraser and just eliminating some nasty details where we see the transition. this way. Better. So we've got an extended background, a bit too high. Okay. This way, yeah. And we can even do it one more time, because we are fools. And this, yeah. We have something like that. A bit repetitive, maybe a bit too much, but we can do things about that. So maybe these elements, we can just destroy a bit this element and adding a bit of variation on some places. So we are extracting some part of the layers, moving it, and using it at another place, so we can bring a bit more variation. We've got this little element right here. We can move it slightly anywhere we want and bring some variation, yeah, right, this way, and then working a bit of the detail on the details, which will be about this little thing. It's not high quality again, but well, this can do the trick. Got this. We'll try maybe to do a symmetry, having something less repetitive, and this way, this way. Don't even have to paint or anything, just copy, pasting. We've got a little shadow here, so we will take the black color, use the transparency mask, and just make it a little bit darker. And then it's right on this place. We just have to add the same border here. So we just copy that part. We align it. We move this way. Je peux également parler français, bien entendu. Mais il y a toujours plus d'anglophones, donc je parlerai anglophone. I can still speak French, but we still have more people in understanding English than French, so sorry for the French ones. I will try to give double sentences and translate sometimes. Je vais essayer de traduire quand même quelques fois en même temps, mais désolé pour les Français. Je ferai un truc spécial pour les Français. I will do a special one for the French, I think. Lyoko is French, so we need to do things in French. I know, I know. So we start to have something that is way larger than before, and that we can use the way we want. Here we had used some cheating Photoshop trick, as I showed you, and it's not really beautiful. Actually, it's worse than beautiful. Maybe if try to copy this, put this here, and up. This is already better. Tick, 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 tick. Up. Well, we're not supposed. It's working on the details, because we are not even supposed to see that part of the screen. I don't know if we make a larger one to fit with the constraint of having really this size in this ratio, this aspect ratio, for optimization purpose. But actually, most of the time, the user will only use the camera for this ratio, and won't even move the camera here or here, but that's something it will be able to do if he wants to. The more creative people will do that, certainly, to add some animation or some camera movements. It's always better to have something more on which we can have more creativity. In the same idea, we don't especially need to have such big resolution on the screen. But again, if someone wants to use the camera and move the camera and go here as an example, then we can see really clearly the pixels and stuff. So that's why it's better to use the highest quality possible, and always never neglect the details, thinking that everything will be this size on a mobile phone or this size on the PC, because we can always zoom. But I'm sure people who will be also trying to do things like zoom and stuff like that will be the most creative one, and the most creative one will be doing themselves their own background and stuff like that. Anyway, we've got now a beautiful wide background. That's really better than the first point. We will save it. We can use the PSD format, the PNG format, the JPEG, whatever. We keep the PSD. It can be read by Unity, so it's not a problem. And we will save it on the right place, Calic, and it's not the science of the floor. It's more like either the arcades or the yard. I think that's the best word for it. Though I'm not quite sure about how to name them, but at some point I will have to really decide, because if I start to send to people a package of data and that I update it afterwards, I have to be sure about its content and never change the names again. So, well, let's use the arcade's name plus the number plus the night tag, which is a nice way to differentiate if we have variation of the same place with night versions and day version, or even twilight versions. It can be cool because we almost never had a twilight ambience in Code Lyoko. We had that in the first episode. That's one of the things I always remember. Teddy Godzilla was good for it because he had this twilight scenes, which is a very good light, and we never really see it again. It was always mostly day or night, really. So let's save this as arcade001 underscore n. And yes, save. So we save, we close, and this was the first. That's a good evolution, no? We come from this to this. Hey, better. Yes. This I will call it old, so we won't miss it, and I will use it as an example, by the way. So we just save it right now in the promo files and in the examples. Yeah. Keeping everything organized. That's the motto. So I will be just 1 second thinking about something. Just checking some page. Yes. What we can do now is maybe going into Unity and trying to see the software a bit. I'll do that in a moment. So just looking at some files. Looking, searching. And almost there. So we'll start Unity maybe. Let's start Unity. And I won't open any of these files now. What I'm searching for is the LyokoVN project, so called Lyoko Games, LyokoVN editor, and VN project. Yes, select. Don't want this, don't want this. Hi, 12 people. Anyway, we've got something loading. We can close this. Yeah. So, starting Fungus, which is a very weird name, by the way, using a mushroom. So, it's now loaded. Of course, I've got several message error because I've been moving assets like pictures and stuff, not within the not within the Unity Explorer, but from the Windows Explorer, so you won't find the references again. That's something you should never do. But because I'm a fool, I've done that. So I just clear these errors and I will just check everything's working fine. So mostly that will be my big repetition for the weekend when I will have to do my own VN, to be sure I'm in the right direction. So what we have here is the main scene where I can move in 3D and stuff like that, which is not something we are very interested to for a VN because it's mostly 2D. So I'm heading for the 2D mode, and then I'll be just looking this way. Then try for the other thing. Oh yes, I forgot something I have to do, which is going. Yeah. I just add a little message on the FSCR page because I had to add a link to the current, because not much people actually are still gone in the LyokoVN editor Facebook page. It will take a while, I think, for people to convert to this, so I have to still put a few links for those, even for those who've not seen the other news and who just never go on the page and only check their own news. So not this URL, but mostly this one. Yeah, copy this one, put this one, and what that? Oh, that's horrible as miniature. Live on LyokoVN. Tick. And I will just add a little thing which are ask your questions in English ou posez vos questions en français. J'y répondrai en français. I will answer in French when you ask in French, and I will answer in English when you ask in English. That's for the recap. and a little nice smiley. So that's put there, it's okay. We can close this, we can close this too. So, and sadly I won't be able to talk in Spanish, sorry. I'm not very good at this. Maybe Dragon Grower, who is helping me a lot on IFSCL betas and stuff. If he's going here at some point, maybe he will be able to help translate for me and for you. But right now we'll be mostly talking in French and English, sorry, and French for the French that are really non-English speakers. That exists, yes. So, finishing eating at the same time. Really sorry. We've got our main Unity project. The UI is actually all the theme is dark because it's a special version. But most people who use the free version, we have a white, horrible screen. Anyway, it's the same, just not the same colors. We're in the good project. Now we'll be trying to check for the scenes. So I've started some scenes. These are only the names. I didn't especially start anything inside yet, apart from the first one, which will be my first test scene. So what do we have there? I go back in 2D mode just to be sure. We've got here the hierarchy, which is all the elements that we have in the scene. So we've got a stage, a canvas. Canvas is usually the place where you put all the 2D elements that are not moving with the 3D world, but in case of a visual novel, everything is 2D on the flat screen. We don't really have things in 3D, so most of things will end up in the canvas automatically, though, because it's Fungus who take care of most of the things. So we've got the hierarchy in which we put objects. We can put 2D, 3D objects, things that will display, things that are only containing scripts and stuff like that. Here we click on the objects, and here we've got the inspector that is showing all the property of this object. In this case, we've got the two characters, Yumi and Aelita, a flowchart, which is the object that Fungus needs to work. So it's really easy to set up. You go in Tools, Fungus, Create, Flowchart. That's mostly the first thing they ask you to do in their documentation. So that's really not the hardest thing in the world. I will just take in the same time the time to see a bit what we have. Yeah, also because I'm still discovering it a bit. So we'll have all these things. Of course, I've opened the flowchart window, which is there, and which is the main place where we will also change things and adding things. So we've got our canvas. All these things which have been put automatically by Fungus. We don't even care about them. What we are more interested into is having the characters. You add them with Tools, Fungus, Create, Character. When you select them, you have the transform property, which we won't use because it's not a 3D object. And we've got a script, so you don't have to code anything, hopefully. And all the things, I will certainly do a template of these scenes with everything inside already ready to test. But anyway, we've got two characters and we need to configure them. So the name which will appear in the dialog box, so Yumi, the name Koro, I try to use some reddish thing. No sound effect, although I could have used sound effects dialogues and stuff like that, a description, not especially needed, I think, and something that is more interesting, the portraits. So the portraits are the main thing that appears in the visual novel. Oui, ce sera re-uploadé en vidéo, oui. It will be re-uploaded at some point. Pas pour très longtemps, cependant, certainement quelques jours. Après, je la supprimerai, je pense, parce que je pourrais certainement faire mieux ou faire différemment. Though the re-upload won't be for a long time, I will certainly delete that afterwards because I might do better or different. Something with less searching, more talking, you know. So we've got the scene. We've got Yumi. What we can do with Yumi is adding a sprite. A sprite is a picture. A sprite is something we can find inside a texture, which is also a picture. So we've added pictures in our assets folder. When you will download the LyokoVN data, you will be able to see directly there's a lot of files in it. So we've got the same thing here, the Explorer. So mostly use the Unity Explorer, it will be easier. Go into the portraits, Lyoko, we've got, it's not about Lyoko, it's real world that we want right now. So we've got Alita, Chris from the Subdigitals. Yes, I'm already doing things that are not related. And we've got Yumi, yes, Yumi with the incredible number of 1 sprite. So, isn't she perfect? Well, she could be in higher quality, but that's enough for what we want. I just go again into the folder and show where it's coming from and how we can take something out and making it a separated picture if I find the original picture. And I don't find it. Not a problem. What we have is there an inspector again, because we click on an object, so we see the characteristics of this object. Currently it's a texture, and if we go into this texture, we've got a sprite, because we've selected for the texture type a sprite. Pretty easy right now, sprite, texture. Inside the texture we've got a sprite. The sprite is some kind of texture. So it's not a sprite sheet, which means pictures or a texture with a lot of little characters inside. It's only one. We deactivate the mipmaps generation, we don't need that. We keep the bilinear filter modes, perfect. We don't need trilinear and point. Mobile phones are great enough for this. If we want to export on the mobile phone in the end, we keep the max size, even though it's made in this resolution. It's okay, we don't change this. And the format, which is the most interesting thing, is we are already always working on optimizing, keeping things optimized. So we've got this size, which nowadays it's not a lot, because of course games can be 14 gigabytes, nobody cares, but still it's nobody has this capacity on their drive, nobody can download gigabits and gigabits of things, and sometimes we also want to share the game on mobile phone and stuff like that, and we must be very, very cautious on the size. I've been working for the past year on a Rayman game that you might know, which is Rayman Adventures on mobile phone, and the thing that we're struggling the most, and is the most important to do, is always keeping things low in the size and data. Of course, we can have we can decide to do the baddest solution ever, which is to downsize the quality a lot. So max size using this, and what we are going to have is something like this. And if you zoom on this, which I can do actually, if we zoom on this, it will be a lot pixelated, and we don't want that. So we keep the max size as this one, and it's a format which is interesting, and we will take the crunched mode. Crunched mode is quite new since a year or so, and it's very, very powerful. So you've got the compressed file, it's 1 MB, you know. If you use the crappy thing, you will have 16, sorry, kilobytes, which is nothing, but it's as much nothing as the quality, so we keep that one, we apply, and we don't take compressed one, we take crunched, and compression quality 100, no problem. We apply. It can take a while because it's a PSD file, and it has many layers inside and stuff like that I didn't remove, and it downsized a lot, and almost didn't lose any quality. So we've got a nice Yumi as a sprite here, and we will move it into the character. We take this, we move this here, and we've got one sprite. We could add more sprite. So what I can do is create another sprite for Yumi. We go here, so I've got my PSD file, we open it to see if I had some more things inside or not. No, it was only a simple file. And maybe, oh yes, it's here. It's coming from this artwork. So I will bring it into this. It's not the highest quality again, but it will do the math. So we want to extract this. So I use the polygonal tool selection. We've got similar tools in most of the software you can use for this, and I'll do this. That's the part that you want to speed up if you're looking at this in a re-uploaded video. I will try not to take too much time. This, up. Yumi with a cell phone. That's a subject in itself. Up. Keeping the outlines. Being sure to have something at least not too bad. It's always better after that to polish again the thing, being sure that there's no problem in transparency, not white dots or stuff like that. I won't take too much time on this time because it's alive, so not alive, of course, live, whatever. Continue this, up, up. Up, and I will also remove by clicking Alt, keeping Alt selected, and I will remove this way. Then I continue clicking on Shift, which brings me back to the additional mode of polygon selection. So I add and not subtract. I add this, and one more time, this way, and it's good. You got it. So we've got this, I copy, Control C, I paste, and we see the original. I really make it bigger. That's really, really beautiful, but anyway. Got this. Maybe I will decide to downsize the whole art size a bit. I think just I'll look at that at some point, and rather than taking 1100, it's also working on this, but I prefer I prefer to keep the higher size, so even if we get the chance to have a higher quality thing, we never have to downsize it. I prefer to have to downsize to size up things rather than downsize some of them. It's better to yeah, make them bigger. So I've got this. I'm aligning this a bit, not too much important, and we have two things. Yeah. I've lost most of the contour. I will just show this, and we can already see that it's really blurred. I know the original artwork is blurred because of the quality, but still the selection is quite blurred, and that's something I've done bad because I've used the progressive contour. I don't know how it's spelled in English, but the thing that we've got there, and I should have taken 0 because it has right now I can change it without redoing it again, so I won't redoing it again, but the selection has been smoothened and I don't want it to be smoothened. Anyway, we've got this. You can really see the difference there. You know, just look at this, it's blurred, less blurred, and it's something that we can see if we got the eye for it, or the need for something with higher quality. We just show the difference here. We've got this, I copy the layer and I will just do a little cleaning. I'm using the eraser again, not the white brush, which would be a big mistake, of course, because this wouldn't be transparent in the end. I can still check this transparency with this gride. So now just as an example, we've got the blurred one here, and there we've got something cleaner, which is not something that is ridiculous and such, because there's always device but that has better resolutions, better stuff, and you should always think about people who are using higher quality screens, because they've paid for higher quality stuff. Maybe they've sold their house and stuff like that, and no, but well, you understand the idea. Hello from Turkey, yes. Hello Italy, hello people from everywhere. So I've got this new picture. I will delete the two other ones because I don't care, and deleting also the background, and I will save as a new one. So we've got I have some kind of rules. I'm starting to create the rules for naming conventions for the files, because anyone that is creating data and stuff like that should use the same name convention. So I will just check what I had decided for this. And the naming convention takes in the idea that you have a folder with the name of the person in the environment where it's coming from, so either LyokoEvolution, real world, or real world of called LyokoEvolution. So it's in the real world, it's Yumi, so we don't have to re-add Yumi in the file name. And I decided to put the action, eventually the name of the objects, after that the number, and the costume name. So costume name is season 4, S4, and the action, well, she's not talking. We always consider that the person is talking. Most of the VNs use people that have always the mouth open, but it's really a matter of taste. Sometimes it's even animated, which is even better, of course. but well, we will stick to someone who can have either the mouse either open or closed. She seems pretty happy about what she said, so I should add some adjectives, but she's confident. She seems to be pretty confident in what she's thinking or saying. So confident, phone, because she has a phone inside her hand, and season 4. Yeah, confident, or maybe it could be, oh, I don't, maybe, no, better, sorry, cool, because she was cool here, so she again cool, just a variation of the same thing, so we will call it cool phone W002 season 4. I save, I just cancel because Photoshop has a weird bug when if you select something, rename, and click save, it will try to replace this, so we don't want that. So I just go back and go again inside, and this will be fixed. Weird bug. So I save, I confirm, and then we have this, even though there's one more thing I need to do, which is the eyes. In most VNs, we've got, basically, I will do that. Inside her brain, we will see the thing. So we've got this, and usually we've got one person talking here, saying stuff, and the other person being there and being yes, blah blah blah, I'm talking with my dialog box, and the other looking in the same direction as the one in looking at the other one, and they're saying stuff, blah 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 blah. So the idea is to have always the look of the character in the same direction. So I will remove this horrible thing and work on the eyes. So as you can see, this is a screen from an episode, and of course it's not always a keyframe, which is a frame, a picture that has been made by the lead animator. Sometimes it's some frame in between, and in between frames are not made to be captured as a static pose, so sometimes the pose are a bit weird because it's an in-between movement, and as we can see here, the eyes aren't well aligned, and it looks very weird if you just take this, because we really have one eye here and one eye here. So, hey, I'm looking here and here. But again, that's normal because it's not made at first to be looked that way. So I will take the color here of the eye, keeping it as a secondary color, and they take the color of the eye. It's not pure white, never pure white, and I've used the oh, I forgot the word in English, but you know, the thing to take colors, which you can also find there, but I just have to press Alt and keep it this way. So this we do here, up, and I've got a perfect crazy look of a serial killer or xenatified person. I don't know. We've got this, and I just check back, yeah, the right color. And something not to forget in Lyoko artistic direction is that eyes are very small. At the same time, it's something very hard to do because it's exactly the kind of look that could have a shark. So if it's not done properly, it will look like your character has an eye of a shark. Got something like this. I'm obliged to blur everything a bit more because all the art is blurred. we got this, turn into this. Of course, we will never seen things that zoomed, but that's a little bit less strange. And she's looking in the right direction. So we've got this, we've got this way. So after that, save, I just save all this. So I close this and we can go back in Unity. So Unity, we had one texture and the other one has been loaded. Of course, in the Explorer we can see the other one. So we got these two. The second one hasn't been imported yet, so you can check, and there's things to change. So we remove generic bitmaps, we take the crunch version, compression quality at 100 and apply. And from 1.3 MB we go to 100 kilobytes. Yeah, kilobytes. And we can check, we've got, so 2 Yumi almost, we just bring the new sprite here, and we've got the 2 we want. And I won't do something new for Elita, I will take one I've already made, so concern Elita, and I will push into the sprite, and this is a very bad one. As you can see, there's a lot of crappy thing around because I didn't touch it again after that. But as you can see, some work can be done easily on this kind of things. And I'm not quite sure about the direction of her look, because she's facing this direction, but she's looking this direction, which isn't very helpful. And because she has a bag, it's hard to invert the direction of to make a symmetry, to put it in the right direction of the screen or stuff like that. So it's a bit complicated, but that's not what we're looking at right now. So I already started to make a little scene with a flowchart, which is really the easiest thing in the world with Fungus. It's really easy to use. Yeah, well, you can even click here to open the flowchart window. Anyway, we've got a flowchart window here. I click on it, on the hello block, which has been automatically created. I go into the portrait, I say portrait, say. All of those are commands, which are things that you add very easily. But just before, let's check out what other things we have. We have the one block, game started, because in the execute on event, so at which point this will start, we've got multiple sections. When the flowchart is started, when the game is started, which message received, input, sprite, UI. You can do many things here, but it's very easy to see here that even if you select game started, then the block will execute when the game starts playing, and will execute these kinds of commands. So how to add a command? Well, we've got something here which is a plus button, and on the plus button you click and you can do tons of things. And my phone is ringing, and my phone shouldn't be ringing, and I will see that after. Sorry. So we can go into the narrative menu and see we've got control stage menu timer, portrait, say, stay language, set menu dialogues, set say dialogue, a lot of things. Frankly, I've already only seen 2 things that are interesting to me, which are the portrait mode and the say mode. So I can take any of it. I've taken portrait. Inside it I can do anything I want. I can show, hide, replace, move to front a portrait. I can select the type of portrait, so from a character. So a character must be inside this. I select Yumi or Elita, and after that I choose one of the portraits I've put inside the character, so Cool Phone 1 or Cool Phone 2. So why not taking the first one, facing in the same direction as we want, same position, moving or not a problem. Then same thing, she says something. Then next I've added a move. The portrait is moving to the left, with keeping the same thing. Then Aelita shows up, and we select a portrait here. She will show up and at the right place. Then they say things, and they say things. They say basically a lot of things. So I will try playing the game and see what happens. So here we're in the scene, and automatically it will take the game window. Starting, loading, and here we already have something. And as you can see, this little arrow will move as soon as we go into another command. I can still click on the other things, but I don't want to change anything because Unity won't keep the modifications, or only some of them, and that's not what I want when I'm in play mode. So yeah, I just have to click, and I have the following things that happen. Everything in the flow chart, in the block that I've said, is working. As you can see, it's changing color depending on who's talking, which is automatic, perfect. So this dialogue doesn't even make any sense. I think I can improve it a bit. So I will click, and of course we need to end the scene at some point. So, no, you meet Aelita. Did you steal Jeremy's phone again? No, I swear. And he added, I swear, not intentionally. He put the password on mine again. To which Aelita will respond something like, I don't know. Okay, I see. Meet me at the arcades. Maybe you see where I'm going with it. If you've been here at the start of the live, I've made an arcades before, and I will create new scenes with that. Although I never try to change the view from a place to another, so it will be a good way to try. So she continue with this. We add. I copy this directly and I move it down. Can I move it down? Yeah. And Aelita respond. Didn't select Yumi, so Yumi talking. And Aelita. Okay. See you in a minute. I remove Aelita, so I will create an action called narrative portrait hide character Aelita, so it will hide Aelita, and then we will add one more just for testing purpose, line of Yumi with 3 little dots and a new portrait maybe. So taking Yumi's character, and we take this one, so she ends up a hole. And changing this for she's acting all weird again. So we've got this. I will save one time, and Launch again. This time it will load way faster because we already done the loading one time, so now it will be always better, unless we, of course, quit the project. So, Jeremy, I need help. You meet me here. Good thing is, Fungus automatically handles the little dots that appears, the time needed. So I think it's the best way of reading. We have everything that has a rhythm already. We don't have to configure anything. That's pretty good actually. So we're going with the new things I've added. Yumi, okay, we'll see. Meet me at the arcades. If everything is fine, she will say one more thing, then disappear. Then she will change her portrait. Disappear. Yes, great. And there's one more thing. I've done it in the bad way because it's something that it's a face for the dialog box that I've activated and not the good one. But we're almost at the right place. So hiding AIDA worked. So the thing we want to do here is not changing this. It's not yeah, it's not here that I should put the portrait parameter. It's really a big one, so show or changing portrait. So portrait, show, Yumi, and Kufan2. Yeah. I save, I play. Hi all new people that I see in the chat. Thank you. I don't know how I'm supposed to take that, but I will take it as a compliment. I must be mesmerizing people. I don't know. So, I've got this. We're coming to the end of the scene. Hello, Englishman. It's almost that. Almost that. I've been looking at the chat in the same time. Oh, that's bad. So I'm not sure what's happened badly. I know what I can do. I can do this. Hide show. Yeah, I put the show here. Maybe it's not exactly that I should do. I will look. Again, this live is a way for me also to learn in the same time. So it's not a proper, perfect live with no wait times and stuff like that. Don't be surprised. If you really want that, well, wait. Wait for me to be way more... how do I say that? To have way more knowledge about the thing. But this weekend will be really focused on making the VN, and I think I will learn a lot at that point. So, we've got something we want to show. We want to remove sprite. No, it's definitely something narrative. Oh. No, I've done the mistake that I shouldn't do, and nobody should do, but that everybody can do days and days after. It's that I've made changes while being in the play mode. So these changes aren't saved and they are revert when I'm quitting the play mode. That's bad. So what I did was changing this, so it's not a big thing, but you know, it can be big sometimes. So I know also something I've done weird, which is not taking a character. So it starts to look like something. What I want to do after that, I will already start to make more things. So what I want is a background. Yeah, we all want backgrounds, right? So Fungus, can I do a background through this? I'm not sure. It's the way to do it. So I will look very, very fast on the Not that much fast, but you know, clicking, clicking, and Fungus, find me something. Focus documentation. Always have the documentation. And their documentation is really cool because it's really easy to read. There's tons of pictures, and really it's one of the easiest docs I've ever seen. Oh, I didn't put the miniature. Oh, I'm sorry. I will put the miniature. I still not sure how all the things is supposed to work, so I will add the little miniature. Of course I will. So promo and live icon. So we've got the icon now. Oh, that's weird. We always have to put on the icon again and stuff like that. We'll check on the Facebook page, but that's why I had I had this weird wrong thing on the didn't have the I need to have the icon. Yeah, definitely. I must, I don't have a choice. Perfections, always trying to be. No, I don't have the good miniature. Oh, that's wrong. Quit the page, start again. One more time, and then I go back on the VN editor, please. And will I have the miniature? And no. Okay. You're not fooling me, Facebook. I'm quitting you. So, back to the documentation. What can we do? Oh, for those talking about IFSCL, I will just check rapidly what I can say to you. Yeah, campaign mode. I can't wait for the campaign mode, me too. At some point it will appear, definitely. But really it will take time because it's something that is really, really weird to work on and to update after that, so and translate and stuff like that. So really I keep it for the end of the IFCL. And for the forest and desert sector, yeah, well, you just have to go into the progression log and you'll see it's really easy to find. You just type IFSCL progression log in Google, in your friend, and you will see really that forest and desert sector are really in the next version and really soon in some way. So I was looking for adding a background, so I will use my most beloved command, Control F, and then I've got the auto research thing. It's the best shortcut in the world. Use it. If you don't use it, you're lost. And I will use background. Of course, it's not helping me here because they don't talk about background. Maybe in the next steps they talk about the background. Yes! I click one time, two time, three time, and oh, he's already starting to find things for me. So, change camera background color? No, I can do better. I want to add a background sprite. Yes! So, to add any sprite image file, you need to put folder, blah 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 blah. So basically, they're saying that you have to add the sprite by yourself, which is not a bad thing because they can't do a layer above everything with their own interface, so it's good that you have to do some things through the Unity editor itself. Oh yeah, question about IFSCL Sector 5. Well, same thing for Sector 5. It will take, well no, it will take a longer time to be released, but just check on the progression log. I've already talked about it. So type IFSCL plus progression log and then do the shortcut. Do the Control plus F and type cortege, and you'll find it. I promise you'll find it. It will take time, but it will come at some point. So, we are in our scene, and we wanted to add a background. At last. So we've got our LyokoVN data, and we've got backgrounds. We are not on Lyoko, we are on the real world, in the real world. where this scene could have happened. Yumi talking in a phone to Aelita. By the way, again, Aelita hasn't really a good sprite. She should have a sprite with her holding the phone and stuff like that. So my perfection will kill me, but I almost want to go to an episode and do a screen and of her holding a phone and stuff like that, but I won't because it's not the subject, I know. So, we don't have many interesting backgrounds here. Maybe this one that could be used. I will just check. Do we have something else? No, I didn't prepare one for the Ishiyama house right now. I will try to do one really fast, maybe? Yeah, I can do this. So, I do this as quickly as possible. This will be worse than ever. This will look wrong, this will look bad. This will be the thing that you should never do. Something quick and fast. So, I've already done maybe one capture of this. Didn't I? Yumi's house. Nope. Then I will go on Lyoko.fr. I've updated this icon, so now people who are not French should see this. Switch to English if you want, but I don't want to for me. So I will just go on I will just take my picture from the gallery. So we've got in the medias, renders, and HD pictures. And we've got many things that we can use. Most of them, I will try to add most of them that are already ready as much as possible in the LyokoVN data. But something you must really understand is that I can use, in fact, you know, you see this, you say, oh, cool artwork, it's really great, even better than a TV show. But the thing is, we can't use this kind of high quality artwork because we need more. And if we need more, unless you do all the artworks by yourself, which would be really cool. If you need more, then you don't have more, because there are 5, 6 of them. And next to that, you've got the whole series where you can take things from. So, you know. So there's also we've got higher quality backgrounds generally taken from the artists who've worked on the series and who've released in their website and portfolios. They release higher quality things like Frédéric Perrin, which is a very good artist and who has done a lot of paintings for the series. So we can use them directly rather than taking screen out of the animated series. I can do that, but that's not the point here. Again, same as character, all those renders are generally way better than the one we've got in the end with in the series, because it's not especially him who's done all of them in the series. Those are the one that are references mostly. But you know, it's way less different. There are way less difference that between the concept of the characters, where we have beautiful artworks, and in the series there are less detail. And in the series we have high quality background, and the original concept are also high quality. So I can say, in the end, what I try to say is that we can take both background from this, and I will already put most of them into the LyokoVN data, and we also can take backgrounds from the series, taking screenshots and stuff, and it will be around the same quality, so it won't be a big problem. That was all. That's the problem of the lives. You always do sentences that are too long. So we wanted to see if there's some Background of Ishiyama house, and I think there must be. I certainly got around it because I'm just too focused on talking. Oh, we've got that one. Oh, that's... Yeah, this one is an example of something that is really higher quality than what we can see in the series. There's sometimes, you know, sometimes they are really too high quality, and this can really be a problem if you compare it to what we have in the end. I can check this directly in, yes, I know, in Kalik, and yeah, we've got a very good example right here of this. Oh, this is the same. Are you trying to... You've got the original artwork as posted by the artist and the screen from the show. Ah, sorry. Does things are changed or not? Well, there's a bit higher quality, definitely. It's a rare case of things that where they keep exactly the same details. Well, anyway, I don't want this. I want Ishiyama house. I will find it. Yes, the teddy bear one, it was in this building too. The first episode. That was so weird. So Ishiyama house. Did we find it? Could we find it? I don't see it, so I will take the carry of the screenshot of the episodes. They're quite good too. So we can find it very easily, I think. No, it's the same. Oh, I'm the same thing. No, Utah. That's the place where I want to go. Earth places. Yeah, and here I've got Ishiyama house. Yeah, and we've got Odd, which doesn't belong here. Do I keep it? Yes, I keep it. So, we've got this. Not highest quality again in the world, but should be enough. What do we want is create a new background. So we use the convention we decided, which is this by this in terms of resolution. And we passed on, oh, this is so high, low quality, sorry. But anyway, we make a bit larger. The best artist in the world will definitely try to paint it over and do a higher quality version. I'm not in best artist mode right now. I don't care about the quality. So yeah, you know what? I just take this, the whole thing, and cheat a bit this way. Just checking what the PSD is going to do, how it's going to react if I do the fill action, and magic. Yeah, that's pretty bad as always. This command should only be used for very small details. I don't care with this. I will do this, yes. And eventually taking this, transform, symmetry, cutting this. That's so weird. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. The whole symmetry is fucked up. Let's forget that. You don't see anything. So we don't care about this for now. We don't care about this for now. The only idea is to have some Ishiyama house. Ah, what we can do here, in this case, is remove odd. We don't want odd. So I will just make a little section. Up. Section in odd and bloop bloop bloop. Disappear, odd. You don't belong here. No, I belong here, don't kill me, and you will disappear. And he did. So it's not perfect. Again, I will just make a bigger selection thing. I will use the fill action again. Yeah, you know, I almost have no things to do. Nobody will see the difference here. So I've got something. A background that is not completely perfect, but which can be used. So I go into the real world, not of the portraits, but of the backgrounds. And I've got house Ishiyama. So it's the exterior, how I can call it is exterior. Yes, rip odd. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was your time, but no more. Even though odd doesn't have chances with house. Last time we see it around the house, it was droning because of Xana. So, you know, not a good thing to let odd around the house. So how we call it? We'll have. I just inspire myself from the other names I've used. So exterior definitely. Don't have to precise. It's the Ishiyama house because it's in this folder. So house Ishiyama exterior 001. It's day, so underscore D. Yeah, it's enough. There's not thousands of views of the house, so I think in the end, even if I do a big folder of this house with many as much view as we had in the original anime, I think we won't go past 20 different views. And multiply them by 2 or 3 if we want a different color grading for the night scenes or stuff like that. So yeah, it will be enough. Save it. Hop. And this is great. We have a background now. How? But here. We've imported. We remove the generate mip maps again. Max size, same. Format, crunched. Compression KT, 100. The thing is, you don't have to do it one by one for each texture each time. If you decide to do a bunch of them in one row, the only thing you have to do after that is just select them with, you know, Control Shift. Well, you select the pictures, of course, not the folder, but you select most of the pictures, and it will be good. So we've got this, which is great. What we want to do now is do as the docs say. We take the sprite and we put it in the hierarchy. It will be put at the 0.0 center of the world, I think, like that. So we are in a special case where Fungus handles most of the view and stuff like that. We've got a camera that is already set up where you have a preview here, which is good enough. So usually we have the camera, it's not orthographic, it's perspective, which helps you to move around, you know. We can do this, have things like that. But we don't want that at all right now. So what we're going to do is leave the camera this way, and we will use the automated things that created Fungus. So we will create a view. I click on view, and view is a nice tool. I will go back in 2D mode, which I should never go out from when I'm working on visual novel with Fungus. I took the move mode, I click on this, never another one. I put it there, and I will take the handle and make it bigger. As you can see, and as it must be explained in the documentation, the big square green one are made for the other screens that are higher, have a wider aspect ratio. In this case, of course, it's very bad because I didn't take this into account. So I will do something even more bad because I want everybody to see the pixels but also have the maximum thing visible. So I will do this. That's very bad. Usually you should do oh well, you will see it with the other one. So we've got this with the other background, I mean. So we've got this view, which I think should be automatically implemented. I will see. I will click on play and see. Yes, you've got it. Right now we've got the view automatic. It's perfect as we want. Though no, I'm seeing something very wrong. Ha! Bad. Here we've got the view, but the view isn't used right now. What is used is the default camera, and we don't want the default camera. We want Fungus to use their own view system, because with Fungus you've got the flowchart, and on the flowchart you can control very easily the different views. So we won't use the usual camera. Forget about this camera. You won't delete it, but you won't use it. What you will do is take the view. The sound when the subtitle comes should be different. Yeah, of course we can definitely change it. I didn't touch that part at all, and frankly that's very polishing stuff. And I didn't. It's the Fungus, the default Fungus one. But definitely that's something that should be customized, and every kind of visual novel should have its slight variation of this sound, just to, you know, it's the sound that you hear the most, the sound of the letters appearing. So unless you've disabled it, it's really important to have this kind of sound really well thought before putting it into the game. So we've got the view. So what we want is to have only things that appears in this part on the screen. We don't want what the camera renders here, which is this. So we've got the view, and we want to use the view. Of course, we want to use the view. So we take the block, and we go into here, and I will search for something that is called, I don't know, view. Do we have something that looks like view? Fade screen, fade to view. Ah, that's interesting. Fade to view. Why not? We put it at the start of the game. Select a view. Okay, I take the view in the hierarchy and drag and drop it into the target view. And now we've got it. And I think if I click, it will be good. So I won't even test this. I will already start trying a secondary view. So with one view, I click on, I click directly on F2 to rename automatically. That's a really good shortcut, by the way. Again, like Control F. F2 is a very good shortcut because it allows you to rename a file in whatever application or stuff like that. Keep that one in mind. So view, and this view we will rename it. So view Ishiyama House. For this point on, I consider that we can have multiple views in one scene. Scene being the thing I'm here right now. I have a project, and inside a project I have multiple scenes. Right now I'm only using one scene, and I will try to see if we can have multiple views in one scene, and I think we can do that. And having some kind of a flow chart, flow chart here also. So having multiple backgrounds on one here. I will just try. I think it's easier with the Fungus process, you know. Hello, snake. Hello. So we have this. And what we can do with this is creating a new view. Yeah, of course we want a new view. So we duplicate it with Control D, which is also a shortcut that we can use in most applications, as far as I'm concerned. And we will use we will go to the arcades. We will move this, always having the mouse, the move tool selected. Select the view arcade, move it. And as you can see, we already have two different things. So this time we will use the view in the right size that it's supposed to be used. So I'm using the scale thing, but I shouldn't be using this. That's a habit from the Unity normal workflow, but I shouldn't use the scale. As you can see here, the scale mode. I should stay in this mode and drag here, because as you can see, it changed the view size, rather than if I'm using the scale tool and I change this, well, it should change that, but obviously they made something to avoid this mistake, which is great. This is great. So you won't even make the mistake if you think you can do this. It won't change anything. So you take the tool, you grab the handle, and you move it to the size of what background size we will have. So we've got this secondary view. Hello from the other side, Diamond Dragon. So we will take a new background. So we've got the arcades that I've done at the start of the stream, which are in the night. Oh, this is bad, because if things happen and... Oh no, I can use that, in fact. I not even need to have a day version. I just have to adapt my my dialogues. So I've just done that, and it works exactly like if I done that. So either I took the texture or the sprite, I've moved it on the scene, and it appears directly in the hierarchy. I can also do this, move either there or even there. If you move this, it will go on the 0.0 thing, so after that you move it. Or I can take it here and drag it here. So it's not the perfect way, I think, because it's not very precise, you know. There's some little thing that are not very good. I could activate the grid in the preference menu, so something like edit and preferences. I could add a grid and stuff like that. I won't add it because I'm not a fan of the grid, but maybe after the end of the weekend I will be a fan of it, I don't know. So we've got this up, and we've got a perfect view of the arcades. Aren't they beautiful in their all widescreen glory? So we've got this, and what we can do is letting them this way. Hello, hello. So I think I didn't check the doc about this, but when we basically, I think we can do the whole game in only one block with one inspector, but that wouldn't be very organized. So maybe people like to cut things depending if they do choices and stuff like that. I'm not really sure how they work with this. Maybe I should consult the examples, of course. But what I will try is doing the way I think it's better. So in my mind, so I will create a new block here. I just have to check how do we do this. Flowchart. We're in the flowchart window. We've got this. We've got the button. We've got the variables. No, it's not what I want to do, but I already see what it's helpful for. BI user is a story based on episode. Is the story based on episode of Lyoko or some unique stories? Or is the story created by BI user? I don't know what you mean by BI. But, no, yeah, sorry, by users. I'm so tired. Actually, the story can be, in the current case, I'm not even trying to make a story. I'm really just looking at what I can do with the software and learning and things like that. But in the end, the objective is to have anybody with no programming skill, no graph art skills, anybody to be able to do a story with this. So the only thing that people will need when they will try to create a visual novel like that is to have the only really meaningful original thing that is needed is just text, you know, is dialogues and stuff like that. And even though people don't have the skills into writing something mind-blowing or just interesting dialogues and interesting scenes, even if the person doesn't have the skill in programmation, in game designing, in graphs, and in writing, it can still take either an original, an episode from the series and trying to transfer it as a VN, you know, recreating it. It can be a very good way to learn the program, because you have already kinda everything ready. You have the scenes, you have the dialogues and stuff, and you have to learn by recreating, which is a very good exercise. So either the user, if he doesn't have any idea, he can take an episode and trying to recreate the scenes one by one, adding of course a little bit of choices and stuff to have a little bit of gameplay. That's true. Always, you should always be trying to add some kind of gameplay, you know, to make something interesting. Even though visual novels are really based on the idea of having a lot of gameplays and stuff, it's really contemplating mostly having great dialogues and stuff like that. So either the person with no inspiration in writing can take an original episode, or he can take a fan fiction. You know, there's a lot of great fan fiction made, and he can do that. Of course, the most creative people can do their own drawings, even take the background from the series, read the one that they're the most interested by, do the modification, adding new characters, do cross universe episodes. I don't know. I will definitely will add at some point in the promo pictures of the editor some things with I don't know, others animated series that are cross going inside. I don't know, something like The Legend of Korra, which is a very high quality TV show, which has the same basically the same high quality on the background and stuff like that. I could definitely show that we can make a crossover with that. We can make a crossover with Ben 10, but with SpongeBob, I don't know, whatever people can think about. But you know, it's a great thing is that when you are writing fanfiction and stuff, it's mostly in your head that things will come in terms of ideas. The great thing is that when you have such piece of software like that, which is very easy to use, I can assure that I worked on a lot of softwares so far, and this one with the help of Fungus is really easy to use. When you have such piece of software, it's mind-blowing. If you have a little base of data with pictures and stuff, you can already create stories just by looking at what you have and what you can do with these things. As you can see already a small example, but something that was really great is you have a day scene and you have a night scene. In the viewer arcades, you don't, especially I just saw here that I didn't have a day scene. So what it happens, since I'm writing the story in the same time, which is a bad habit, but still, since I'm writing in the same time, I see I can use this, and I see I can use this, but I can't use the day version of this, which means that I can already add things that happen in between and explain why why we have this change, and why here it's day and why here it's night. When I can add in this is already starting this scene by surprising the player, because the player doesn't expect to be the night right after this scene. So you may say, let's see us in 1 minute, and the scene after we've got this. Already the player is hooked because he don't understand what happened, and this is already something that can grip in him in the story, because we will explain what happened. What could have happened between this and this? Why? Where are we? What happened? You know, meet me at the arcades in 1 minute. Maybe there was a return to the past, or maybe Maybe someone has been attacked by xenatified people and they are still looking for them. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe it's the cause of the difference between the two is that there's some romance involved in one of the characters and it has been retarded. Maybe it's because there's something horrible that happened, beautiful, comedic, I don't know. We can already create from what we have under our hands, and having something visual is really helpful for that. And I'll stop talk and maybe do something. Yes, I can do that. Of course I can. So, we've got two backgrounds, and I wanted to see if the two of them could work together. I have my block, and I want to do a secondary block. So can I add a block in the flowchart? Yes, it's the plus button, of course, it's the plus button. Always the plus button. So I've got a new block, and I will say the game start is the introduction, and this will be the I can talk out. The intrigue one. So I don't know. At the end, so this block called intrigue, maybe it will keep inside many views, many scenes in the same time, while this one will only have one. I don't know for now. I will just keep it this way. So we have this. I must link them together. I don't think it's a linking system. It must be in the actions again. So plus and narrative, and what can we do? We must change our view. So we've used fade to view. So I can use fade to view again. Control C, Control V. I duplicate it, and we will select the arcade's view, drag and drop it, and here. So it should work. For now, we consider it's working fine. I won't even try it exactly right now. And I will add a picture. Sorry, a new portrait. I just also shouldn't forget that Yumi was still visible before we changed the view, so I must hide her. Hide Yumi then, yes, great. Then I will show her again. I think maybe there's automated system to do that, because at some point it can be a bit painful to have 1,000 of hide, show, hide, show, hide, show, I don't know. I'm not looking at this right now. I will just keep the basic things. We are hide and show. So show Yumi again, portrait previous one. Maybe well, she will still have her phone, but we don't care. And we will use Yumi to talk. No portrait, because the portrait is the little thing that appears with the text box, and we don't want that. And she will say something new, mind-blowing, incredible. What incredible thing Yumi could say when she appears in this scene at night. I'm going to die. No, not already killing people. Not even if it's an expression that... no sign of her, of course. No sign of her. Well, it won't be the biggest award of the year that I'm going to win with this dialogue, so I will just keep that. No sign of her. The idea is to discover that to do the prime most incredible thing in the world right now. So she's saying no sign of her, and that will be enough for this scene. I will just hide again, and then fade the view. I don't know if I can fade out, fade in, fade out. She should disappear. And no, this won't make the view disappear. I will take the... Where can I find this? I should find it at some point. I didn't even need... Ah, yes, I know. So I decided to change the view, but also there's all those things that I want to keep into the intrigue one, so I cut them, Control X, and Control V. Oh, this is working, that's perfect. So this one will be called, I think there's something to call a block. There must be. I hope so. So intrigue, we start this. We start by viewing arcades. I didn't slept after the work, and I just turned the computer straight from work. Yes, I did, as I always do. Don't have time to sleep. No, yes, I do in 2 hours or something like that. You know, always have the time. So what we want to do is show a new block. So how do we go to a new block? Animation, no. Audio, no. Camera, flow, maybe flow. Call FC. Oh, it's easy. It's really they've taken the most basic script command and cutted them in parameters, so it's good for people who really don't know how to program, how to code the things, because it's really well done. Narrative. We've got what? How can we do this? Scripting, nope. Call method, neither. Must be somewhere here. Say menu control stage, maybe. Nope. No, it's not this. Nope. My cat is moaning. Just stay there. Yeah, thank you. He has been fed. He has been fed. Don't worry. Where it is? It will take time. And the time you find it, you will be dead. Of course, I should have gone directly into the block. So I search for block, and I don't find block. Oh, that's bad. Blocks, fundamentals of blocks. No, it's not my stomach. I've eaten a lot already. So no. Nope. But maybe in 2 hours, maybe. I don't know. Did I eat? Yes, I ate. Of course I've eaten. So, moving block, duplicate a block, delete a block, creating a block, setting block name and description. Don't care. Branching block. Oh, maybe it's what I thought. I did eat bread. Of course I did. I always eat bread. Even block blue execute an event. Yes, that's something I... Oh, okay, we can definitely branch things. If block is not an even block, and it's going to include calls or menu command to execute. We just look at this. Executing commands in another block. That's also the part that you're skipping if you're watching a replay. But that's the joy of the live thingy. Target flowchart. Oh, cool. Yes, it must be this. Oh, I thought it was that. Huh. Just have to find it again. Call. Oh, that's... Oh, it's to call a flowchart, not to call a block, apparently. So you can have multiple flowcharts. Oh, that's interesting. I will just try right now, but it means you can do flowcharts inside flowchart. You can use... Oh, I know why. So expect the thing that, for example, you've got your flowchart here with all your scenes and, well, scenes fungus scene, should I call them, because Unity scenes are really a complete different thing. But you've got your fungus scenes, and you've got this one, and you can consider that every flowchart is kind of a scene. So you can do a flowchart for your main story, and maybe you want to really separate things and do a flowchart just for the menu. And since you might be tempting to use this kind of thing, which doesn't use scripting and stuff like that, you will need really a bigger place to put all your buttons and stuff like that, and create a flow. So yeah, you directly, I think the idea is that you can call directly a big flow chart and change and go back to another flow chart. Yes, that must be the pipeline. There must be something like that. Anyway, cool. That's great. I can call the intrigue one. Call mode stop. Continue. Can you say me more things about that or not? I will see. Cool. Call mode. Do talk about that? Yes. Alors. We will keep the default target flowcharts, which means the current flowchart. Yes, okay. We need to keep the default, which means the execution in the current block will stop once execution is current block has begun. Okay. Okay. Oh, and that's great. There's automatically an arrow that appears because you're calling the thing. That's really great visual stuff. It's really easy to understand, and I love that. I really love that. So we show something, and I don't know if it will fade view like I want. Anyway, let's try this. Be prepared. Hey, hola, Espanol man. Don't know. You will see the play one. So, Jeremy, I need help. No, you mean it's me, etc., etc. Talking, blah, blah, blah. And will we see her change her hand? See in a minute, disappear hand. Oh yes, she has changed her hand. Well, maybe the transition isn't the best one. Maybe it should be a direct transition. I don't know. It must be something we can do without having the character fading in between. But well, she's acting over then. If we click, oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Well, oh, that's perfect. Oh, I'm loving this. It will be really, really easy. Alright. So, yeah. So I will do one last thing, which is view arcade. Right, the thing is, maybe we should parent the background with the view. Maybe it's better. So how to parent an object to another? Simply drag and drop it under it, on it, and do go as a child of it. And if you move the parent, the child will move with him. If you remove the child and move the child here, move the parent here, it doesn't work. Move the child inside, and if you move the parent, it will move the whole thing. So what I wanted to do is taking this. I think I can do some kind of a grid of all the backgrounds. Actually, it would work rather well. The thing that we should be really aware of is that view can be kinda animated. You know, the Fungus camera, the view can be animated to go. Oh, that's why we shouldn't parent them, by the way, because the view is separated, and if you want to move the view this way, you don't want it to move with the child, so you must keep. By the way, here we wouldn't be able to move the view that much because here it's the maximum size, so it's something more like, I don't know, if you consider that the picture was higher, you could do this, you know, it's the idea. So view arcades, so we don't parent in it. And this one, it will be another background. One more, one that I've already used, maybe. Oh, I know where to search for. We took the one that I've seen in the gallery. Yeah, that's the thing to do. Yeah, this one, which is not exactly the same, but will do the trick. It's really high quality, this one. That's really great. So, no, that one, this way. And I will open the last one, the arcades, copy paste it, and you see it's not exactly, necessarily the same. You can also see that the I had made a custom wider thing for a wider version, and it doesn't correspond because it doesn't correspond. So what can I do for this? Is maybe we'll consider it's another variation. It's not the same one. It's not this in the day version. It's really another one. So we won't name it exactly the same way. Just to be clear about that. I will copy this, and since it's arcades, which are really repetitive, it won't be that hard to add something. It will be even really easy. Too easy. The problem is that when you're working with higher quality stuff, you will see much more the little tricks and stuff that you will try to do. When you will try to cheat, I mean. Because here, you know, the colors and stuff, doesn't correspond. But anyway, it's again not the most important thing right now. It's to learn the program. So we have this. I'm using the brush tool, selecting the layer to be sure everything's working fine. And this almost doesn't look like who would see the difference, frankly? Me? Okay, who else? Something that looks the replay? Okay, who else? It's okay, should be good. So we've got this huge repetitive background, which is high quality. And we'll save it, not with the same, it's really not the same one because we don't have the tree and stuff like that, so it will be really the 2 and day. That's right. So we've got arcades and view arcades 2 and day, by the way. So we'll select this. The thing is good also to I think the thing is they don't even want you to look at the hierarchy, because it can be a real mess, I think, if you didn't check at it and assure yourself that it's clean. Anyway, what we want is to check for this. Same thing as we had done before. We remove generating bitmaps, max size this way, crunched mode 100%, apply, and we will have something well compressed. In 3, 2, 1, compression complete. Almost. And yeah, that's pretty great. So we've got this. What I can do, just a Unity trick, you know. Not really a trick, but rather than changing, I just change it here directly. I use the same name for consistency. And either I click here to select the sprite. I can also add a tag, you know, to find it faster, like not Calic but Arcade, in which case it's here, very fast to see. Or, of course, I can also drag and drop here, not pushing it here because we want to replace, not put a new one, and we put it there, the sprite. And we've got a beautiful thing here. And we've got these two versions, which are now not the day and the night version, which are really two different places. That's great. So we've got a view. From this we've got the intrigue. So I just add one more line of text for Yumi. I'll wait till tomorrow. And what I can do is simply fade to view and add some, so searching for the fade to view. Fade to view. I select the new view, which is arcade 0012, sorry, D. I've got the new view that will have the transition. I add one more line of text, which is still not there. And maybe I can add one new character. I will use Aida. Will be easier for now. So, you know, use your constraint you have to be creative. So my constraint right now is do not add a new character. So I will stick with Aida with only one thing and things like that. So I add a say command, narrative, say, character Aida. Not portrait here, because if I select a portrait here it will appear in the message box. So I do manually show the character Aida with the portrait I want, yes. And I will do a move, a big move from the right, from the off-screen right to the right. So we will have the impression, well, it's really a common technique in visual novel that you don't use animation, very little, but the translation, the basic animation used on the portraits will do the thing. It should be enough if it's well placed and a good position. So sorry, Yumi, I'm late. I really miss more expression for Yumi, so we'll keep the one we already have, of course. something on my face. It's really not the awards that I will win with that. Definitely. But I end up hiding both characters, Yumi and Aelita. And we've got a complete scene, I think. So let's start. They talk. Oops. So little things I've got to check. So important things is I always have to hide and show at the start. So hide, show. And we'll try with this. Just one more thing for polishing. Yumi should move again at the center of the screen. So show Yumi, it's a move, and it's to position middle again. I could put it directly here. Yes, and I just did this, and we've got this. Of course, as soon as you have, I will, and that anybody else have more, you know, experience in it, can do all these things much faster. So she's talking, she's saying stuff, and see you in a minute. Check. She's acting. Oh, that's great. She's acting all weird again. I just want to see something is that, as you might understand at some point, the Fungus editor, sorry, Fungus editor is creating some things that you can see in the scenes right now. I will use a 3D mode. Well, we don't see them directly. You know, you've got the canvas here, which contains all the elements that appears in front of the game. Usually in the 3D game, it's HUD, you know, the heads-up display, which means display bars, menus, and stuff like that. So it's really separated from the actual camera and stuff like that are generally here. So Fungus, what it's doing is creating automatically a sprite and UI elements on the canvas, which will appear in front of the camera. We have these sprites, but those are automatically handled, so I don't think I will be able to do much. If I look at this, I change the color, for example. It could be great for, you know, a night scene. What we do is, hop, we've got a night scene there, where it's much more logic to have that. But it automatically uses the colors of the sprite to fade in, fade out a character, I think, so we can't really use that, but maybe I can do some hack and stuff like that to be able to use that. It would be great, it would be very great to integrate a bit more the characters, you know. Because, by the way, it's the same thing as overlays. I'm just starting to look at this right now, but if I try to add a sprite like a fog, if it appears there, it's not the best thing in the world. What we want is to have a fog that appears in front of everything else. So got this. So great, a fog. But it appears behind, which is not that great. We want to add it as an additive, not as something that appears in front of everything like a diffuse material, but an additive one. So we select one kind of shader, not the best one, but let's take this. We have a fog now we can use for many things, and we just keep it like smoke, you know. The only thing is that we might want to have this fog working on as much possible things as we want, and it should appear in front of Yumi or Aelita if we want something good. So just I try this here. And the thing is that we can't make it appear in front exactly. It's very annoying. Maybe something we can do is put it into the canvas, and if I put it into the canvas, it means that I just have to, rather than creating a sprite, I have to create a UI element, which are made for this huge canvas. Create a panel as an example, and inside this panel I can add a sprite in the image. So we just remove the fog. Here I will take the fog I've created, up, and what we can see is that it appears in front of Yumi, which is much more interesting. And the thing is, we can change things, but that's already kind of a hack compared to what we usually can do. Of course I'm clicking everywhere and it's continuing the stuff, but there's something I can do about that, I think, at some point. Same thing is, I think, I just try this right now. We don't have image effects, maybe not. I should import them myself. Well, we try this at some other point, yeah. But thing is, you know, we can change things really easily if we wanted to. So, hop. Great thing is, again, Unity, you can see the change directly. So put this way. I take, I don't know, the fog again to change, and I add new color. Can really change the whole thing the way we want. But again, that's not really on the schedules right now. Just looking one more time, but yeah. Can start to add effects and stuff like that. Do multiple effects. This can go really fast. So let's start again. We just remove the fog and we try the things I will be trying the first view, checking that everything's working fine. So here it says gone to intrigue. So it's right. I just want now to be sure that we can debug faster than this. So we are sure this one can work. Can we click on and start this one in debug? Maybe not. Can we move this? I don't know. Would be great if we could. I don't think it's made for this. But one thing that we can do for sure is directly click here and click for game started. Then this will be started within the game, and just I remove this, so we will have directly the intrigue to test, and that's great. I'll just put it this up this way. Just clicking play, and we are starting right now at the secondary scene. That's good. If we are testing for the 10,000th time the scene, it's really great to be able to see things this way. So I click. So why Yumi disappears? Oh yeah, I just didn't hide. No, no, don't hide her. Keep her safe. I want to. Oh, I know. I have to take the replace function in the other time. Yes, yes. So I'm going to the introduction, and rather than asking for showing again, to change the picture, we click on replace. This should be really better. I try this right now. So game started. I think if both are game started, it's this one we will start in first. Not sure, but no, I was wrong. So tick tick. This time should be great. Tick 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 tick. Oh, the thing is, why didn't it change? Replace, yes. Move, yes. Oh, we also have a shortcut here. That's great. Didn't know that. So replace Yumi, yes, that's it. With okay, it's for replacing a portrait with another. Ah, my bad, it's not made for that. So we just keep, character changing with a fade, I think. Default settings. Oh yes, so here we can, if we uncheck default settings, we can remove the fade duration, and this should allow us to have a direct transition to the move. Of course, making this kind of choice, or artistical choice, it's an artistical choice, I can assure you, means that if you start to do that when the character's changes of movement, it must be that throughout the whole game. So you must be sure about that, and then use this almost everywhere to be sure. So now no fade when, yeah, no fade. Why not? Why not? Hi, Toonson Realline. Hi. Yeah. So that's working fine. The only thing is that she should be moving back. Move, yes. To position, middle, yes. It's okay. I save, I play, and it should be working. Jamie, I need help, blah 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 blah, and meet me or the arcades. That's gross. See you in a minute. She's acting all weird again. Yeah, she moved back. That's little things like moving pictures and stuff like that. It can look like small details and stuff, but essentially a visual novel, it's with the fact that we have no real animation, it's really a sum of only of things that are only like that. So you don't want to let that pass, and you really want to polish all that little things, because this is what make your visual novel stand out from the others, because you have even a kind of setting. You set things up, you move things up, and it really it tells something already in the story. It's really little things like this. Believe me. Great! This is working really great. Just a few more things. So Aelita is appearing from the off screen, so we just want to move a bit Yumi to the left, I think. Yes, a bit to the left. We'll directly try with this scene. Disable this one. I said this. It's great. And what I will do, because I'm a fool, I just take Yumi folder, not from Lyoko, but from the real world. Yumi, opening this. What I'm going to do is really the kind of things, even if you're not a big graphist, you know, you can usually do this kind of things. Shouldn't be too hard. I do a copy and I rename it. It's still in the same position, but a little variation of it. So, but it's not the same. She's not cool this time. She will be tired. Still holding her phone, and it will be the first attempt at this. So 1. So it's named in the great way, and then we will make the end of everything. She will be looking here, like she cannot even see the other talking to her. So far so great. Pupils not too big enough. Again, we should respect the artistic direction of the show. And we will change this. So again, working on the very blurry image, not really HD, but so we can't really make huge sharp thing unless we decide to repaint the whole picture. So I take just with this tool again, or just by having the paint tool and clicking on Alt, I can select any color and then replacing it. So got this, and then the position on the mouth in the Lyoko design is very important. You push it from a little centimeter too much, it will look very weird. So got something like that. Why not? I think it works. And we will add poor Yumi lines, like she's been sleeping. Really too much. We don't do a much of painting. We really want. Of course, the whole thing I do, you can do with the polygonal tool. You know, you select form, and then you paint inside, and you've got the thing. Mostly, Lyoko art is very squarey, so it's not a problem. So I've got something like that. We just add a little bit of detail. Not too much again, because original art direction doesn't allow a lot of details to come up, because we must optimize the thing a bit. Maybe, I don't know if I can do that. She's going to kill someone. Maybe we can close the eye a bit more. I just obviously for greater art I should really directly look at the animated show and see some references where they do draw people who are tired and things like that, because here I'm only doing it from my own style, kind of what I think should be the style, but they already certainly come up with something better than this. So I could do things better, of course, way better if I did take great references. Always work with references. She's just going to kill someone, I think. But yeah, let's skip that. Saved. Well, I keep the layers here, since it's a PSD, so I can keep everything I want inside. Unity will handle it, no compression, nothing to do, it's great. Well, no compression when exporting. Here we'll do the compression itself, so I take crunch, I remove generate maps, push compression quality to 100, and I apply. And then I save, and it's a new sprite, so I will click on plus here, I will drag this here, and it means one more thing, it's great. So I see that, and what I want to do is take Yumi and change. Well, again, I couldn't change it directly here. Click. Really not looking like a real Lyoko art, but you know, it will do the thing. It will do the thing. Do the thing. Where am coming this from? Where is this coming from? I don't know. So we've got Yumi, a leader, bunch of things happening. I click on play and magic. No sign of her. I'm going to kill myself. No, I will wait till tomorrow. Okay. Sure, she waits. Oh, that's... Gosh. I'm sorry, Yumi, I'm late. No. Would be great. Ah, I've got some thing in the chat box in French. So I see that. Tu parles de quoi, Maxime? Je viens de tomber sur ça, une explication. Mais de quoi parles-tu donc? Je t'en prie, montre. En attendant, je vérifie le reste de la scène. So the scene... Oh, that's great. They're just moving a bit weird. I don't know, maybe it's because the scene is finished promptly, very fast. Don't know. So we've got most of it ready. Of course, again with experience, if me or anybody had a bit more experience on the tool, which is a matter of days, I could have done, or he could have, or she could have done this in matter of, I don't know, less than 1 hour, really, frankly. And that's great, because it works, it works, it works. Alors pour répondre à Maxime, une explication sur le contenu du live, tu veux, sur par rapport à ce que c'est en fait. Anyway, I'm so finishing looking at this. They're talking. Well, we're pretty much ending this part of the live. I will just I need to modify it as look, and you know, I will try to polish it a bit just to show what we can do in this case. That's been taken from an episode I think that is big enough, and I will in the same time explain in French really fast to Maxime what is all this thing about. Donc Maxime, simplement pour te résumer, parce qu'il y a tout de même un topic que tu peux retrouver sur codelyoko.fr qui explique, qui présente le projet en détail, mais grosso modo le projet c'est de faire une sorte de alors faut que je polish ma présentation dans ma tête, mais c'est un ensemble d'outils et de méthodes et une sorte de hub, de rassemblement en fait que je veux faire, de création en fait, une sorte de base de rassemblement et d'un ensemble d'outils et d'explications pour que les fans puissent eux-mêmes créer ce qu'on appelle des visual novels. Donc je sais pas si c'est un genre de jeu que tu connais, c'est pas forcément très connu, mais c'est un genre de jeu assez méconnu en fait, faut dire, parce que habituellement il est réservé au marché japonais pour des jeux assez, on va dire, d'un certain type d'âge, et grosso modo il est rarement utilisé autrement, et je trouve que c'est un truc qu'on pourrait utiliser d'une manière vachement intéressante en utilisant simplement tous les assets qu'on a à disposition. Donc moi l'idée c'est que là je suis en train de montrer et de découvrir en même temps comment on peut faire ça, mais l'idée moi c'est que le projet c'est vraiment de faire en sorte à ce que n'importe qui, sans avoir besoin de connaissances en graphisme ou en code ou autre, n'importe quelle personne puisse faire un VN, c'est-à-dire donc une sorte de roman interactif avec des visuels et des backgrounds pris des épisodes de Code Lyoko. L'idée étant qu'en même temps, j'aimerais pouvoir apprendre aux gens comment faire des trucs simples comme détourer un personnage, prendre un screen d'un truc, etc. et le réutiliser à un autre endroit. Bref, l'idée c'est donc d'offrir tout ça, d'offrir une plateforme d'apprentissage pour faire un VN facilement et donc pour après que les gens puissent les partager et qu'on ait un tout nouveau pan de création Code Lyoko ouvert à nous. Sachant qu'en plus ce qui est bien c'est que tous les j'ai oublié ce que je veux dire. Tous les projets enfin, on peut faire plein de choses, quoi. Pour résumer, simplement, l'idée, c'est vraiment que n'importe quel fan puisse faire un visual novel, et ça, c'est vachement bien, parce que ça peut vraiment ouvrir la porte à plein de trucs super créatifs. Ce serait jouable sur mobile, sur PC, voire même sur le web. Ce serait vachement sympa, je pense. Voilà. Je repasse en anglais. So, still one more question in the chat. Are you drawing all of that on your own? Well, I could, but I'm not. Mostly, I try to stick with the rips I'm taking from the show. So I'm taking a screen. I will do in the next live, you know, tomorrow or mostly in the weekend. I will do more of that live where I show how to rip. I will offer. The idea of the project is to offer a big database of things already ripped and outlined and, you know, clean to use. But the idea is that fans could themselves go into the episode, take a screen, learn how to make you know, the outline and stuff like that, so that anyone can add its own data and create its own more original novel. That's really the idea. So here I'm really taking time on this. I really don't need to, but just to again, this thing, you don't need to have any specific tool if you are not easy in the hand to do that. You can do with a segment tool, you know, things like that. Could do that. Of course, it needs to be a bit more precise. You must choose a thinner line to be sure to have great thing. Not big outline, dark. There's a lot of details to take into account, but take this, you can do this. Yep, you have this. It can work. Even though you can do in any style you want. If you want to have big sharp outlines on each of your characters, you can do that. You know, it will really bring your own style. That's always the most important thing. So this way. Hop. So anyway, we've got something like this. Is she looking in the right direction? No, yes. Is that cleaner? Hell yes. Of course it is. Maybe not perfectly, so I will just check back with a background that is gray, which is very good to test to check there's no things that are going out. Est-ce que c'est dans le même genre que Lyoko sur Wii pour les dialogues? Oui, en fait, dans un sens, c'est extrêmement similaire. Après, l'idée, c'est évidemment que ce soit beaucoup plus développé et d'avoir des dialogues plus intéressants, évidemment, avec plus de choix de choses. Ça dépend du visual novel, bien sûr. Certains n'offrent que très peu de choix et sont très bien en soi. Mais l'idée d'un bon visual novel, c'est évidemment de proposer plus de choix, limite d'avoir plus d'animation et de choses comme ça. Mais le résultat de base, oui, un visual novel basique sur Lyoko ressemblerait au jeu Wii. C'est ça l'idée en fait, au dialogue du jeu Wii, mais en un truc plus intéressant. c'est vraiment ça le truc. Quand on est sur le jeu Wii, en final, on s'en fout des dialogues parce qu'on veut aller sur le truc en 3D, enfin sur le monde en 3D, etc. Parce qu'on n'est pas vraiment là pour l'histoire dans les dialogues en général. C'est ça le truc. Ce que je vais repréciser en anglais d'ailleurs. So you know, if I was talking about the difference between the Wii game and the visual novel of Lyoko, because in the Wii game you have dialogues, and in fact it could be mostly taken as the same thing. You've got dialogue in the Wii games, and we've got two characters talking to each other. It can be the same in the visual novel, but the idea of but most of the time in the Wii game, people don't care about the dialogues because it's not the point of the game. The point of the game is going on the 3D world and doing things like that. The story and the dialogues are really secondary. Whereas in the visual novel, it's the primary thing. So people won't give the same importance to that. That's really what's great about it. It's really the kind of game where everything you write, people won't skip it generally if they understood what kind of game it is. They won't go away and skip all the dialogues, because the goal is to follow the dialogues and follow the things. Yeah, as you say, it's the best. 3D is what we play the Wii game for, and what you are going to play Lyoko Wanderer for when Lyoko Wanderer will be out. Yeah, of course, those dialogues are nice to me too in the Wii game. I think they're mostly also due to the fact that we have voices, which is really nice. But the thing is that when I see a walkthrough of the game, where are the players who really follow the dialogues? Because players mostly don't care about that. But maybe, you know, maybe the only people that read the dialogues are the only people that would play a visual novel. I don't know. we'll see if this project works. So yeah, after and before and after cleaner, I could spend much more time on this. Definitely, if I had the time for this kind of things, really I could do many things. But I think it's really the kind of thing, the kind of time people who doesn't have project like me can put their time into, you know, really giving more details, cleaning things up if they want to. It will only make the visual novel look better. So we've got an Alida with a bag that is concerned using a costume of season 4 that is now cleaned. Almost. I think there may be a few things that I can improve, but that's not the point. So we are starting to have something nice. I will try just to look at one thing I wanted to check before. More in the final format, I won't really lose many things, I think, mostly. Because you know, the great thing, again, I might have already said that, but the great thing about Unity is that you do take any kind of file, a JPEG, PNG, PSD, but you can of course use the highest quality you want, and all the details you can lose on the export, on the import, I mean. All those details, you can tweak them. You can change all the parameters depending on which platform you are exporting the thing, etc., etc. So it's always better to have a highest quality possible at first, and so that it works for everybody. If someone has a most crappy thing ever to PC, I mean PC or mobile to launch the game, if your game is well made, you will be able to export a very light version. Who will use the compressed, who will itself automatically compress the image to have something that is good enough for this kind of device, and which will be wonderful on a high def PC screen. That's the idea. Anyway, go to Yumi, we've got editor. Oh, I'm looking at you. Yes, you're looking at me. Look at me again. No, you look at me. Anyway. It's night, okay? I can go mad. So as you can see, indeed, if we look at this more carefully, we can definitely see that start again on the edge. There's things that can be really improved. I will just start again so you can see, but always have this in mind that if you see that, you know, there's a thin line. Maybe with the YouTube compression it's hard to see, but we've got thin lines here, things that can work. So these beeps are from the stream. They are the little beeps that happen when dialogue is appearing. You know, it's the basic one from the Fungus editor. I didn't change anything. Right now it's using the basic one. So as I've said before, anyone can choose the beeps he wants, and he must choose them wisely, because that's the sound that you're going to hear the most in the game. So it's not something to choose lightly. Anyway, if we've got an option menu at some point, it's something that usually we add some checkbox to choose if you want this sound or not, because some people go nuts, especially if the sound is bad. And some other wants another sound, so you know. So sorry I made something on my face. No, just your death. in my eyes. Game scene. Game started. We'll start to coming to the end. I've said that, I think, a lot of minutes ago. So, we check back that again, one time. She definitely looks like she needs help. Yeah, you've seen the same thing as me, Maxim. I need help, I'm so happy! Well, I can't really... you know what? Let's go with the constraint. I've got a constraint here. I don't want to do a new portrait. That's my constraint. So I will be creative. What will be creative about that? Creating a new dialogue, of course, that fills this idea. So, well, it's really easy because here we don't have any background for this dialogue, so we can change this for anything else. Just keeping maybe the idea that she really needs something fast. Also, maybe she can start to talk and then it's editor who answers, so you know we can have a bit of contrast because she starts to say things and at some point we understand that no, it's not Jeremy at all. But I don't have many inspiration right now, so it will be really basic. Hey Yumi, how do you do? No, hey Aida maybe. So let's think about some dialogue that I could add. So she's definitely phoning to Jeremy. What can be? We can have something that. Hey, Jeremy. Oh, very great, great, Maxim. Jeremy, do you know where Aita is? I bought the surprise. We've talked about earlier. So I will spread this maybe into two things, I don't know. A great thing is I want to use in the same time surprise, not surprise. About the surprise we talked about earlier. So I just want to learn something new in the same time. So what is that? Extend previous, I don't know. I just want to type this text in the previous dialog box. Oh, that's great. And tag help. That's the thing I'm searching for. It was also in the documentation, but I absolutely want to try this. So it's what they call tag, which is, I don't even know how do we call this in English, but so things to do special characters in the text and stuff like that. So like in the forum, to have bold, italic, color and stuff like that. So I can add wait times, flash screen, shake screen in the dialog, which is because we can add commands, of course, in between for this kind of effects. But if you want to have one part of the dialogues that happen of, I don't know, shake screen, and the rest of the thing, of course, if someone is screaming like a historical person, you want to shake the screen. So you put hey, then you put the baileys to the tag for shaking the screen. Then you put the rest of the dialogue. Of course, again, kind of details that make the whole quality of a good visual novel. So what we have here is, hey Jeremy, I just want to highlight the important elements. Something maybe you shouldn't need to do, but for, you know, VN games are mostly about reading right. So if you try to put clues here about what is the most important word in the sentence, then maybe you lose some part of the gameplay, if we can call that. You lose some part of the gameplay, which is a lot about not passing the text, but reading them. So, well, just for trying, I add tag color orange for the word the surprise, which would be maybe an inventory object at some point. I don't know. I saw Fungus doesn't have an inventory system, but maybe I can create some basic thing for that also in the LyokoVN data tools. That's the goal also of this thing that I will release at some point really soon. So, hey Jeremy, do you know where it is? I've bought the surprise we talked about earlier. Great. So this should appear in orange, of course. Let's see that. Jeremy, do you know where it is? Great! So of course, again, she should have the phone under here. No, you mean it's me, it's Aida. Did you steal Jeremy's phone again? No, I swear. Well, intentionally, he put a password on mine, again. Okay, I see. Meet me at the arcade. See you in a minute. She's acting all weird again. Of course, I should add this. Maybe she's acting all weird again. Maybe I hope the surprise. She would like my surprise. You know, I just want to add a little thing for those who are still listening to me. That great thing is in screenwriting is to always have a mystery. As you might know, or not, J.J. Abrams, the creator of Star Wars 7, which is right now one of the most famous person in the world, has made a very great talk on TED.com, which is a really great website. You should already go on. So he made a great speech on TED, and his speech was about the mystery box. And the concept of the mystery box is basically to always have something, always have a question in the when you are writing something, when you are in a story, it's because you are asking question, because there is something that is not resolved, because there are obstacles and things like that. So what I here, if we started by this scene, which is very abrupt, you know, we don't even give the player a chance to have an introduction. We already put a mystery box in the first dialogue, which is the surprise. What is the surprise all about? And maybe I can, you know, I'm thinking just a bit about this, and already maybe I think maybe the whole story could be about what this fucking surprise is. Or maybe it's just, you know, a way to move up to move the story, and maybe it's not about the surprise so much than about something else that will appear upon. That's what we call a MacGuffin, developed by Alfred Hitchcock, but that's something else. So now that I've closed the cultural parenthesis, I will just start again this new scene with its mystery box, the surprise. Already, you know, you see that, and the player is hooked. What's the surprise? I want to know what it is. Even he don't say that, he wants to know. I can assure you. So, do you know where? Even me, I'm writing this and I don't know what the surprise is. I'm entertaining myself by writing something I don't know about. If I'm surprised myself, that's good. So about the surprise we talked about earlier. No, you mean it's me, it's Aida. Did you steal Jeremy's phone again? No, I swear. Well, not intentionally, he put a password, etc. To answer on the chat, c'est possible de faire parler les personnages comme sur le jeu Wii. Ben en soi, non, vu que, enfin, je sais pas, attends, dans quel sens? Dans le sens où on aurait les bouches qui bougeraient ou les voix? Parce que les voix, c'est très clair que on peut en rajouter, hein, mais vu qu'on n'a pas les doubleurs officiels, ça risque d'être dur. Quoique c'est là que c'est intéressant si jamais tu fais tes propres personnages, c'est que tu peux les doubler toi-même. Mais sinon, tu peux rajouter des fichiers audio sans problème sur chacun des dialogues. Ça, t'as le truc dans la commande say, tu as l'objet pour faire ça. Going back to English, so the surprise is I did it as nuts. But yeah, you spoiled the whole thing, just stop it. Anyway, no, I swear when I touched him, he put the password on mine again. I think this sentence is really bad in English, but people will just correct me at some point. So, no, I swear, well, not intentionally, he put a password on mine again. Okay, I see. Meet me at the arcade. See you in a minute. Oh, it's really... I love this little movement, you know. Sometimes, just a little thing. That's a great thing also to just open a new parenthesis to talk about that, you know, the less thing you've got and the most you will be focusing on the little thing you already have, which means you don't have any animation, okay? So it means that the player will really be not consciously, but he will be looking at every piece of animation he see, and this little animation that are still in the game have to be good, because it will be the only one he will see, and his brain will basically be looking at this as really the little the little spark of animation he can see. He will thrive for them, you know. Anyway, oh, I've made mistakes. He had put, I don't know, maybe she's not better. She was like surprised you forgot the. Of course, I forgot. Yes, I forgot this bit of dialogue. I've talked, and there was a big mistake. Oh, that's fun. I hope she'll like the surprise. So, again, talk. I'm talking, and I'm finishing my dialogue. See you in a minute. Still not there? I think something we can do. I still want to polish stuff, although it's only an example, but that's why I do things. Something on my face. Just editing, insisting on this. You may still not talking, an editor. Maybe figuring things out. Something on your face, maybe. It's great. Just a little piece of dialogue that put the emphasis on how Aida is really in her own world sometimes. Of course, she's on Lyoko in her mind. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So, yeah, we've got something that starts to look like a great thing. At some point, I just wanted to do something more. I don't remember what. Just look at this very fast. Yes, I would just try to see if I've got a little one more picture. Oh, she seems so happy here. I'm happy. I can't, as an example, of course, I will say that again, but this is the kind of scene where you can't really extract this because it's really low quality, you know. Shouldn't do that, never. Question in French. En enregistrant les mots séparément des personnages pour que ça constitue la phrase à côté du texte, c'est possible? Non, ce n'est pas possible, je te l'assure, ça rendra très moche. La voix humaine utilise quand on fait des phrases, on utilise des intonations de début, de fin de phrase et autres, qui font d'ailleurs que toute voix créée numériquement, qui est d'ailleurs faite en général à partir de bouts de mots, ne passera pas. Donc non, ce n'est pas possible, c'est un doux rêve qui n'existe pas. Sauf si tu veux faire une voix complètement informatique. Voilà. So I was just saying that you can't take words out of the Wii game dialogues and you know, audio text words, and trying to put the word in other places because it will look weird and it will look like an IA voice. Really look weird. Ah, that's a great one I could have used for the not happy Yumi. This is the kind of sort of picture that really looks like not in the artistic direction because it's an in-between image. It's not a key animation, key frame of an animation. It's not a one that has been made to be taken out of context, out of the animation. So you look at this, and this mouth doesn't look like the mouth in Code Lyoko. So you couldn't take really that. Furthermore, the quality isn't good enough. Again, that was really fun. We don't really see that a lot, and frankly, the head is a little bit too big on the proportion. The proportion are a little bit bad on this one. They are really better on that one, for example, because of course, you know, the drawing changes, the people who draw them changes too. So anyway, just look at this. This is definitely not in the good art direction. She has such tiny arms. I know there is an angle, the camera angle is different, but that's really the kind of thing that you don't look at when you looking at the anime. But if you pause the anime, you look at this. This is so wrong. She has tiny arms, like in Gravity Falls or some cartoon shows, like SpongeBob's. You know, she would definitely go in any of these things because the proportion is so messed up. So you can't use this too, unless you want to only take drawings that are pretty much failed. Yeah, she looks like a child. Anyway, this is good. This is great. Great. Mostly, in fact, I think when the characters are taking a bigger part of the screen, I do suppose that in their production pipeline, it's animators that are more skilled that are doing these shots, because you know it's really clear that it's big. Talking. That's the kind of thing that could be good to add to a visual novel, you know, two multiple mouths that you can change, but the thing is that it would require to have only one static position, or for each position you will have several mouths, and then it starts to make a lot of data. So it depends what kind of thing you want in the end, but it's not the kind of thing I'm looking for in the VN project I'm going to make. Anybody can do that. Anybody, that's not a problem. That's just a matter of time. You can do it if you take the time. Ces images-là ne proviennent pas de les DVD, par exemple, quand tu regardes celle-là, parce que tu as le logo de France 3. Donc, non, ça c'est du TV-RIP, très certainement. Ou un épisode que j'ai dû prendre sur YouTube, ce qui est très mal, vu que la qualité est pourrave. Look at this. Frankly, proportions. Guys, seriously. This is okay. This is really weird. This is supposed to be odd. Seriously, look at the head, size head. I know the heads are big, but you know, we don't look at that again usually. The Ulrich is the one that that gets saved if you look at the whole thing. Outlines, not the same size. We can't really use that one as an example because the outline really are different, very too much different. And look at Jeremy, he doesn't look like anything. I can continue on that forever, but I won't because I got something else to check, which was I know. Oh, I definitely know what I can do. So we take this, we open a previous one from Yumi, I take this, and the proportions aren't really great, but it will do the trick. I try to have the same height size, consistency, all that thing. Hop. And what I will do is just outlining her very fast. I've already messed up the thing. Anyway. Up, up. I will remove the sketchbook. I will try really to do it faster, faster. So we have this, and ta-da! Got this. So I just do a few corrections with the eraser. Take this, remove this, and I paint over this. Very quick. Add a bit of shadow. Might look weird, like, you know, she's holding a hand in the air, but it will do the trick. It will be enough. Up. Adding a bit of outline, maybe a bit more here because there's more at some other point. Here too. Bit of outline. And this is quite enough. Yeah. So we've got Yumi reassured, the reassured Yumi. So telephone, no, reassured. Reassured phone 001S4. I can even, I think, optimize and keep a power of 2 type of scene, so no, not that way, but more something like this. But I don't think it can work well with the Fungus editor. I will check. But it's a good way, you know, it's already optimized, it's better. So let's check that. But I don't think it will work because it will certainly place things differently. So portrait, Widowworld, Yumi, reassured, Yumi, with lots of our worst outlines ever. I applied without changing the compression KT, that's bad. So again, changing the compression KT, and we got character on Yumi. I had one more sprite. Of course, you can be reassured. That's the new thing now, being reassured. And what I got now is you can actually put that system on everything you want. I mean, in your pipeline production. I mean, you can make the whole visual novel, which is what I would advise you to do is making the whole game one thing completely playable, adding the text and stuff, and after that do losing your time on the spending your time on the polishing stuff, like adding new faces, new things like that, working on the moves and you know all this stuff. Those are the most important things to do. So I wanted to show. So she is tired. Show no sign of her. So we change this text for from no sign of her of to oh, it's you, right? Are you go all day? Oh. I wait, see ya in 2 minutes. So the subject is completely Aelita being late. Definitely. It's you, right. I was worried. Alors, answering on the French chat with the question is, what is this again? So, Idris, alors, pour te répondre rapidement, est-ce un jeu ou quoi? C'est un... Je commence à peaufiner ma présentation, mais c'est un outil, plus exactement, c'est un outil pour faire des jeux. C'est un ensemble de trucs pour aider à faire les jeux que je suis en train de développer. Là, je suis en train de tester, j'essaie de créer un projet. Oui, la surprise doit être vraiment importante pour qu'il y reste en effet toute la nuit accroché. Le but de ce projet, grosso modo, c'est d'être c'est un projet pour créer, pour que n'importe qui puisse créer des visual novels sur Lyoko, c'est-à-dire des histoires interactives. Voilà, tout bêtement. C'est un projet fait que pour n'importe qui, n'ayant pas de connaissances en programmation, ni en graphisme, ni en quoi que ce soit, si ce n'est peut-être l'écriture, à moins qu'il adapte une fanfiction existante. C'est un projet fait pour que n'importe qui puisse créer un jeu, une petite histoire interactive, ou une longue d'ailleurs, et il puisse le publier sur PC, sur Windows, sur Mac, sur mobile, et l'idée étant qu'évidemment que si ce projet marche, on puisse à la fin former une forme de bibliothèque avec plein de super visual novels qui ont été bien travaillés. Voilà. Tu peux avoir bien évidemment plus d'informations en te rendant sur le topic consacré sur le forum. Fin de la pub. D'ailleurs, j'aurais dû mettre un... Tiens, je vais quand même faire un truc de base que c'est honteux que je n'ai pas fait, mais tu me le rappelles sans le faire exprès. C'est que il faut que je rajoute des liens dans la vidéo. Truc de base. Ah, c'est honteux. C'est honteux que j'y ai même pas pensé. Donc, il faut que je rajoute un lien vers la présentation en anglais, en français. Ah, it's moving. Don't stop moving. Oh. Oh. So, just rajouter les liens, adding the links I should have added. Presentation of the project, non, ce jeu n'est pas en 3D, bien qu'il pourrait l'être. L'idée étant que si les gens veulent aller plus loin, ils peuvent toujours y aller. La base clé en main, on va dire, de l'ensemble des outils et programmes que je présente, c'est quand même un truc qui permet de tout faire en 2D si tu veux le faire en 2D. Si après tu as plus de skills et tout, plus de compétences, tu peux toujours faire de la 3D. Hein. C'est ça l'intérêt, c'est qu'on peut faire tout ce qu'on veut. Dès lors qu'on se met à se pencher sur le sujet. So, I'm finishing the presentation. Voilà. French, présentation FR. Et je vais mettre un joli petit lien vers le forum. Hop, hop, ici, dernier message sur le forum. On se retrouve sur le forum officiel de codeduc.fr, sur lequel, hop, je vais copier le topic et coller le lien au bon endroit. Ah, on va y arriver, c'est un peu lent à la détente. Oui, tu l'as fait, bravo. Hop, et voilà. And how do I confirm? I definitely don't know. I suppose it will automatically update if I update the page. I will update the page on my tablet. See you, Maxim. Ciao. I will just update the thing and see if the description is better. And yeah, the update has worked. So we've got everything we wanted. Non, je vais pas mettre des parties de Lyoko en 3D, c'est pas le but. Surtout que le but, surtout, c'est de faire un éditeur qui soit utilisable par les gens, par des gens qui connaissent pas qui s'y connaissent pas en graph, qui s'y connaissent pas en prog ou quoi que ce soit. Si je commence à mettre des trucs en 3D, on n'est pas dans la merde, hein. Les gens vont en chier, vraiment. Et puis non, c'est vraiment pas le but du projet. Le but c'est de faire des VN, et les VN c'est principalement quand même en 2D. Et les gens sont, enfin, s'ils arrivent à faire un truc en 2D, ce sera déjà très bien. Les parties qui sont prévues, il est prévu qu'on puisse voir le Lyoko, hein, mais à travers des visuels, mais qui seront des screens au final, comme tu peux le voir éventuellement ici sur le forum. C'est ce genre de truc qu'on pourra faire, quoi. Mais l'idée c'est pas de commencer à mettre des vues en 3D et tout. Surtout qu'en plus, le but, encore une fois, c'est de pouvoir faire des jeux qui soient exportables sur mobile, sur n'importe quel mobile, sur n'importe quel ordi, etc. Donc il faut que ce soit des trucs qui ne consomment pas, c'est ça le but aussi. Faut pas oublier le concept qui est celui-ci. Voilà. Mais pour ça, c'est donc une autre histoire. Donc j'ai tout updaté, c'est bien gentil, mais j'en étais où là-dedans? Qu'est-ce qui me manquait? Ah, je sais, je voulais afficher une nouvelle face pour Yumi, je crois que j'avais plutôt bien préparé le truc. Alors, je vérifie un peu ça, mais... Character Yumi... And reshot. This should be good. Aye, that's also one thing I was missing. Wait until finish. Not to have the text box disappearing before the character. So when I hide, wait until finish. That's better. And I will also add a wait time. I will try to see how I can add a wait time before Yumi starts to talk. So narrative, menu timer, nope. Scripting, nope, neither. Variable, UI, nope. Camera, swipe. Oh, that could be fun to have swipe effects. I'll have to see that at some point. iTwins, control stage. set clickable 2D, fade sprite, show sprite. What can I do? Many things, but not the things I want to do, really. Bah, l'intérêt, c'est qu'on peut exporter le jeu sur Android. Enfin, là, le LyokoVN Editor, c'est un ensemble d'outils faits par moi ou non qui s'utilisent sur PC et Mac. Mais l'idée après, c'est que grâce à ça, vu que c'est sous le moteur de jeu Unity, qui est en version gratuite, tu peux tout à fait exporter sous Mac, Android, Linux, Windows, ce que tu veux. C'est ça ce qui est génial, c'est qu'après on peut se retrouver avec plein de petits jeux mobiles, plein de VN mobiles, enfin plein de VN jouables sur mobile. C'est vachement cool. Enfin moi je trouve, surtout que des jeux sur mobile bien, déjà faut en trouver, alors que les VN, c'est vachement cool parce qu'il n'y a pas besoin de beaucoup de performance, il n'y a pas besoin de beaucoup de choses et ça marche bien. So, just wanted to add, I was trying to add a timer, so I know I can add the timer in the text, but I want to add it one before, so I will just search in the doc, timer or wait time, and I shall find something, wait, like wait, yes, move to view, plain sound, narrative parsers, token reference, I don't have any idea of what it is, but control stage, I will see. Oh, that's the thing as I was looking for about the dialogues, to add bold, italic, colors, anything we want. So we've got wait, duration, while. Do we have something? Wait, yes. Where it's coming from, the wait. Oh, I've been over it at some point. Flow commands. So I didn't saw it. Must be under my nose. Flow and wait, yes. And we'll wait 1 second. Yes, it's great. Jeremy. I didn't use the English punctuation, now that I see that. I will try to do a translation in other languages because I know Fungus can handle it, but let's stay with English translation right now. So Jeremy with a Y. Yes, better. Jeremy, do you know where Alida is? About the surprise we talked about earlier. No, it's me, it's Alida. You steal Jeremy's phone again? No, I swear. It's a draw, maybe at the arcades, see an errand. Perfect. Basic thing, again, works well. Don't have anything more to say rather than it's working fine. I'm really glad it's working fine. A little bit of more experience on all the things I've done tonight. I'll be able to do it in matters of minutes rather than hours. So great, really handy and easy to take. Really easy. One thing that should change, because I like to polish stuff, is again I will pick up in in the library of LyokoVN of original backgrounds and take a street background. I could take one from an episode, but I think we already have some that I can use from this page. Maybe just have to find it. Street, yes, that's what I want. Tell me you're big enough for what I want. And that's an almost yes. I certainly take this. Well, oh, this one is great too. Oh yeah, I will take this one. Yeah, that one. It'd be great. It'd be great. So, size constraint we decided for the backgrounds. Pushing this here. Bigger, faster, stronger. I don't know. I won't especially lose my time trying to make it larger. Don't care right now. I will simply save this as a new background with the right way to name it. Le jeu n'a pas de nom pour l'instant, c'est juste le projet template qui sera certainement pour le LyokoVN Editor. Pas de nom, d'ailleurs je sais même pas si ça je vais en faire quoi que ce soit ou si je vais pas recommencer à partir de zéro pour ce week-end. Je verrai bien. So, voyons. Street, it's something in the street, so it's a street. See, don't know how do we call this in English, so I will search for a carrefour. Don't think crossroad or something like that. How do we call this? Killer zombies and Hydris for your questions. I really strongly advise you to look in the progression log. Ready. A long time. Anyway, crossroads. Yes, I knew about that. Oh, sure. So, crossroad. Yeah, we agree on this. Crossroad 001 day, obviously, should be enough. And this little thing, oh, I know it's bad to remove copyright. But it's old stuff and I don't think it even cares about what I will do with it. I hope. And I won't make money out of it. Of course, I will never claim it's mine. Promise. So, feeling thing. Perfect. We save this, we close this, we close this, we close this, we close this. And we open this again and we will remove this one. Oh no, keep exterior, it's okay, and just changing this one by street, which it couldn't find because I put it in the wrong place, because I'm stupid. So street, tell me you're there. Yeah, you're there. What's the matter? Oh, you're in the right place. Oh yeah, I was searching for street while it was crossroad. Okay, it happens to everybody. So, I've got crossroad, and I will replace Ishiyama House by crossroad. It's not a problem, I can rename the objects, even though they are inside the parameter into this when we ask view this object or view this object and the object has a name. It's not a problem, we can change the name. The link is behind. It's something that is behind the link between this and between what is inside this if we put something inside this as a parameter. Anyway, so we change Ishima House by street crossroad. and I change this by crossroad, and I will be able at last to size up the street crossroad view, taking the handles and making it a bit bigger, not going out with the safe thingy. I've lost the name. There we go. Ah, that's more logic. She's in the streets, of course. She just bought a surprise in the streets. And maybe I will try also to do something is a little move of camera, because it's some kind of an introduction. So I want to size up this and just have a little move of camera, a little translation. So what I will do is, I suppose, go into introduction and search for how to do a move, a camera move. So move to view. Yeah, it must be that. So I'm supposed to create street road, view street crossroad and street crossroad 2. And I think I have this secondary view. So you know, that's this one and this one, and he will do automatically the translation between the two, the transition, the move, and the scale, because one is higher than another, bigger, wider. You see my point. We go from the up and we go down. Yes. Introduction. Hero, no view selected. Yes, we've got one. And duration 2. Seems good. Wait until finish. We start by this. And we add a little wait at the start. And we'll move there. And I play the whole thing. And we've got a slight move. Oh, that's so easy and so great. Thing is, we have the wait before we initiate the whole thing, so maybe better if I fade the view first, then add the wait. Yes, better. I think I just have to check one thing. That doesn't blink. Did it blink? No, it's okay. That didn't blink. Do you know where it is? I wrote something. So the last thing I will have to do is replace that one by an ID that is really holding a phone. I will see that tomorrow, certainly. So I ended up this live very soon this time, compared to 1 hour ago or 2 hours ago when I said it's almost finished. But I'm not really on a big timer. Just the thing. We hide this. Fade window. Quel est le type de ce jeu? Eh bien VN, donc Visual Novel. Il en existe beaucoup sur internet. Comme tu trouveras aussi sur... comme après je l'ai expliqué sur le topic dont tu as maintenant un lien dans la description, c'est que Visual Novel à la base c'est un truc qui vient du Japon. Donc qui est vachement utilisé pour des espèces de jeux de relations sentimentales, de drague et plus si affinité, parce que voilà, c'est un truc forcément qui se vend très bien. C'est aussi possible de faire ça pour Lyoko, mais disons que c'est pas vraiment moi ce que je propose là. Enfin, ce que je vois surtout en termes de possibilités, c'est qu'on peut faire tellement plus de choses qu'un simple simulateur de drague. On peut faire vraiment un truc avec une histoire cool et tout, et c'est ça l'idée, quoi. Mais ouais, le style c'est Visual Novel, c'est le nom du type de jeu. J'avais mis aussi des liens dans la présentation anglaise. Tu trouveras des liens vers d'autres types de jeux. Si tu cherches un peu, tu verras, il y a des grosses images. Hein. Où, où justement bah, on présente d'autres jeux similaires qui reposent beaucoup sur les dialogues. En fait, un visual novel, tu peux le résumer par un jeu qui repose beaucoup sur les dialogues. C'est vraiment ça le concept. So, évidemment, of course, adding music will really add a lot. And that's a wrap. I think we've got everything. Well, yeah. The problem is that Yumi disappears, and then Alita disappears, though two of them should be in the same time, so what I have to do is just uncheck wait until finished for Yumi. So both will start in the same time. That's great that everything's good, I think. I won't go further tonight. I will try though. Android, if I want to test on Android, I just have to install the exporter for Android, which also exists. Of course, I've got a Pro version, so he's asked me also to ask the Pro version of Android, but I don't need to. We can change the texture compression, of course. J'essaierai de traduire le jeu en français, ouais. Parce que de toute façon, il faut que je teste les features de traduction. Parce que le jeu peut être traduit, enfin, tu peux mettre un petit objet dans la hiérarchie qui s'appelle genre translation ou quelque chose comme ça, et dans lequel bah, après tu rajoutes tes propres textes et tout. Faut que je vois comment ça marche. Peut-être que c'est juste avec un fichier TXT, genre t'appuies sur un bouton, ça exporte un fichier, et enfin un petit fichier texte, et genre après bah, j'ai juste à traduire entre guillemets, et je suppose qu'après je peux réimporter le truc dans le moteur, et magic. Mais ouais, moi j'ai essayé, bah, surtout si c'est un premier projet test, que j'essaye de montrer à tout le monde pour montrer les capacités du truc, ce serait quand même bien de faire ça. So, building the thing, I can do it on Android, I can change the texture compression if I want something that is even more compressed and have better performances and stuff like that. The only thing very important to me is to click on add current scene, so you know it will really it will actually have this scene in the game, which is better. I will just try a build on PC. I can even do on web player, but I don't, web player isn't really always fully working. So architecture is 64 bytes. Windows, and I try a build. So I will click on build, select a build project, so LyokoVN game, and I will call it build test 1 and save. Building player should be quite fast, I think. Seems to. Wow, that was fast. The game is 15 megabytes. That's classic one, normal. So I launch this. I can select the highest quality ever. It won't change a thing, I think, in this case. So splash screen, and ta-da! Ta-da-da! I can do the music, you know. No, not this. I don't know. I can use the keyboard, of course. And the touchscreen, I think it's certainly optimized for touchscreen on the mobile device. I'm quite certain that they must have done something for this. So as you might see if you hide a high DPI screen and that just that the streaming is working to have a finest image possible, you can certainly see that there's a big difference in resolution between Elida and Yumi, and that's why you must always work on real HD high quality stuff, always. Because otherwise you see the difference, you know, and possibly redrawing what you can redraw if you can, or only use same quality of art. She's acting all weird again. I hope she like a surprise. Oh, it's you! Right, I was worried. Okay, I wait. See you in 2 minutes. Still not there. Sorry, Yumi, I'm late. Something on my face? Something on your face, maybe? And that's the beautiful end that never ends, and, you know, thing that I've made in don't know, 3 hours, but that with experience and less talking, certainly, I'll be able to do that in 10 minutes. I'm quite sure of that. Won't be a problem. So that was great. That was a great first hands-on. I'm very glad. The thing is that it will be even easier when I will have created a larger basis of LyokoVN data that you'll be able to use too, with a lot of portraits, background stuff. It will be really great. This will come soon, obviously, very soon, because you can already install Unity, install Fungus, the plugin inside Unity. I've listed everything in the description, in the links in the description. You can, of course, go in the Facebook page and show your support. It's always good by commenting, liking, and stuff like this. Well, I hope you will enjoy. I will try to finish this little one before the weekend, or maybe extending it for the weekend. I'll see if I can do a bigger, how can I say, having the most biggest number of people in the same time. That's what I'm searching for. Yeah, I try to do all that. Would be great, and I hope you'll enjoy. If you want to be part of this wonderful experience and learn in the same time as me, and eventually ask me questions while you're trying this, I do my best so that tomorrow night I will have the LyokoVN data light ready, so we will start with the same data, and you will be able to download the VN data, follow the instruction originally to install Unity and Fungus, discovering Fungus a bit, and then in the weekend I'll certainly communicate about this on the Facebook page and the forum and the file I'm linking in the description. But during the weekend I'll do a big live, and we will see from scratch, from start to finish, how to create a project, maybe add new functionalities that I would like a menu, credit scene, you know, this kind of things. Save scene is maybe not for now, there's a lot to do before. Building a scene, everything, so just keep your eyes open, your ears open too, and we will see that very soon. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Great time. Ciao.